right, who's here on Kimberly Villanueva?
That's really good right here.
That's Vashon's brain. Court is calling 2024 CR 009591, State of Texas versus Kimberly Villanueva. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris Edelman.
for the defense?
Danielle Cranberg?
And are you Miss Villanueva?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record for a moment. All right, we're back on the record. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Villanueva, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record. Excuse me, Mr. Folsom. Mr. Folsom, you're talking too loud. We're on the record. That's okay. All right, and it'd probably be best that you have a seat. All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Villanueva, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with the offense of theft of property less than $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. The state recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration AL 218112. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours community service restitution, no contact with Walmarts in Bear County, and Andrea Macedo, Macedo, the MRT, and the anti-theft course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Honor. We would ask for the court to follow the agreement. She is willing to do the probation. She is not currently employed, but she's seeking employment. She does have call center experience. She's hoping to get another work from home job at a call center and to help take care of her father, who is currently sick.
All right. So I have a question for you. You say you're taking care of your father, is that correct?
Not really. He's actually has cancer, so he's dying of cancer already.
I'm sorry, what?
He's dying of cancer. He has stage 4 liver cancer.
All right, so my question is, are you taking care of
No,
him?
ma'am.
That was a misstatement on my part, Judge. I guess I mean to spend time with him while she can.
All right. So here's the other question. When's the last time you had employment?
Last year at Speedy's Exchange. What Speedy Exchange? Yes.
Doing what?
Call center, telephone representative.
All right, why do you continue to steal?
Because I haven't been able to get a job due to my
Oh.
felonies, my history. But I'm still seeking for employment, ma'am.
No, this is not the first time you're stealing. I'm trying to figure out your go-to is stealing. What if everybody who didn't have a job decided to steal? So you have prior theft cases and they were all state jail felonies. So why do you continue to steal? And according to this, you've been stealing since 2014 and you just want to stop stealing. So you're stealing and you're using drugs. Why is this?
Well, the past, yes, my last ones, yes, ma'am. I was an addict. I'm no longer using. I've been sober for quite a couple of years already. I did have a fallback to say, that one time with this recent case that I have. But I haven't picked up a charge since 2013 for theft. I've been,
No,
I've been-
not since 2013, because you have this and this is from 2023.
right, that was the most recent one, yes, ma'am.
So
But
why do you
prior-
keep stealing? It's still not answering my question. I don't understand.
I was going through some personal issues at the moment with my kids.
With what?
With my kids being taken away.
Okay,
So I went to what I knew best.
but your children, were they taken away because you were using drugs?
No, ma'am, for allegations.
What allegations?
Of using drugs and then. Like using drugs, basically.
All right, for using drugs. So when were they taken away from you?
That's it.
And who are they staying with?
They're, they've been adopted.
All right, so your rights were terminated. So here's my question. And you know yourself better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you. Do you really think you're going to do well at this probation? Because you had a choice to do what you needed to do and have custody of your children, and you chose to commit thefts and continue to use.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't have to get my children back, but,
I'm sorry, what?
yes, I do, I feel like the probation was with me, right, I will, do my complete probation, I've completed probation before, successfully. Again, I had a tip, you know, I'm trying to go back to that lifestyle, I'm just trying to do right, but times are hard.
And if you're drug tested today, and you will be, what is the results going to be? Tell the truth.
I'll be, about marijuana.
And what else?
Marijuana.
I don't believe you.
So you're telling me when you're drug tested today, you're only going to be positive for marijuana? So if I send you across the hallway to get drug tested, I mean, that can happen today. And you're saying it's just going to be marijuana. All right. You can have a drug test done. Is there anything you want to say before I send you to go do your drug test? All right, so I'm going to find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. We're going to recall this for tomorrow. She's going to do a drug test today.
You can tell her that.
I'm sorry, not tomorrow. We're going to, is there something she wants to say?
There is, Your Honor.
Oh, what would you wish to say to the court? I'm sorry, what? And what would that be? All right, so why are you playing games with me? Well, no, that means you were dishonest with the court. I asked you, what would you be positive for? You said marijuana, nothing else. I told you I could send you right across the hallway to get drug tested, and you said, please do. You know, send me. I'm not going to be positive for anything else. So now you're telling me it's going to be meth. When's the last time you used meth? All right. And what else? All right. And who are you living with?
Currently, with my grandmother.
And how many children does she have living with her other than you?
No.
So if probation goes out there at that house, you're going to tell me that there are not going to be any minors at that house. So who all is in the house?
So it's just myself and my husband.
I'm sorry, who?
Myself and my husband.
At your grandmother's house.
My grandmother's deceased. She passed away last year in December, but it's her house. We were staying there at her house. It's her property.
So I'm confused. She said she's living with her grandmother.
No, she's living at her
Grandmother's.
grandmother's house.
No, beforehand, she's like, I'm living with my grandmother. And who are you living with?
Currently, with my grandmother. With my grandmother.
So now She's staying at her grandmother's house. And it's just her and her husband at her grandmother's house.
Yeah, I guess I missed the part where she said she was staying with her grandmother. I
Okay.
didn't hear that part. I just heard grandmother's house, but.
So it's just you and your husband at your grandmother's house. And there are no children at that location. And how often is he using?
I think it is.
Okay, usually when people use, the people they're with usually use. All right, I'm gonna place you on probation, but I'm telling you right now, probation is gonna make visits at that location. Do you understand? All right. Court is gonna sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 4 years. Take in consideration AL 218-1212. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. There's going to be a TAP evaluation, follow all TAP recommendations. There's to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Walmarts, and that means any Walmart. There's to be no contact with Andrea, the MRT, CATS 1 and CATS 2. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. We can do a referral to felony drug court. You need to make sure you make all of those appointments to felony drug court. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution and 120 sober meetings in 120 days. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you in this court to be successful on probation. Communication is key, okay? All right, good luck. All right, who is the person who had the PR bond request? Because you know I have this book now called I'm Dead, Now What? And I buy a lot of those books and I'm just unsure when to give it to people. Like, you don't want to do it as a birthday present or a Christmas present. But the good thing, and you don't want to do it as just because, hey, I'm thinking about you, you know. But the good thing about, here's the good thing about those books.
Good thing about,
Yeah, here's the good thing about the books. There are things in there that you don't think of. Like, for example, if you complete that book and you were to die, a relative would know everything. They would know where your bank account is. Instead of it going back to the state, they would know your Facebook password, because Osborne, who passed on now, because he was big, everybody knew him. People are just on his Facebook page. At first it was all, I'm, going to miss you. And now it's people advertising on his Facebook
Oh,
page.
gosh, that's right, because
And-
they do that now. I
Yes.
noticed that. They do I was like, why are they doing that? Then I was like, oh, it's advertising.
Yeah, and then the person is dead and nobody shut down their Facebook. So it goes through everything. This is my Facebook account. This is my social media account. And you just write everything down. And it's some things you wouldn't even think about it. For example, I did my will. My will is very specific. Like, take my ashes to Paris. And if it's in the spring, if I die in the springtime, they need to be there no later than March at this date. So mine is very specific. And people are like, Stephanie,
Paris, Texas.
no. And there's money for people to take it. But here's the reason why I did that. Because I truly think that if people have their belief systems, death is supposed to be something great. You're on to your second journey. So I didn't want people to take my ashes and, oh, we're putting them here. So every time you pass by, you're like, that's where Stephanie's ashes are. Honestly, when I pass, I already told my mom, this is how I want to go out. I want to pass. And then people to say, hey, the judge hasn't been here for three months. Where is she? We just see these people filling in. And I want somebody to say, oh, she died. And people are like, what? And I want my ashes to, I don't want memorial. I don't want a funeral. I don't want any of that.
Okay.
I just want cremate me,
Ferris.
make sure that the crematorium is cleaned out before you send my body in.
I don't want to get mixed up with anybody.
I don't, because they had this news story where some people got the wrong ashes. I don't want
I don't, but I mean,
the wrong ashes.
technically, I don't even know. I think they just burn it and just give you some ashes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they say when you-
already
Yeah, they
stored.
already have it.
But they say even though you're cremated, there's still some bone that is in
Basically,
the
what they say
ashes.
is
They don't,
DNA.
it's not like all that powder.
Yeah, because like the truly good, it still has a little bit of.
Now they have something where you can do it, where they decompose your body with water. They put it in this real pressure
I saw
thing.
that.
I have
Like you
never
grow a
heard of
tree
that.
and grow something out of it.
Yes.
That would be like.
Oh, I
That
had.
freaks me out. I want a tree growing on me.
No. But then people could come and say, that's Jason Garian Street.
Hey, that's exactly why I don't want it.
And then you know what, we'll say, oh my gosh, it has oak wilt. We gotta save it. It's Jason Street. Yeah.
Have a good day, Judge.
All right, you
Thanks,
too.
guys.
They didn't have that. So you have a choice to make. Either you want to spend your 30s and your 40s in and out of prison, or either you want to do right. If you don't want to do right, there's always room for you at the prison. Even when prison is overcrowded, they'll still accept you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other thing, that tattoo above your eye, did that hurt?
Yes.
So why did you do it? Did there come a point in time when they were putting the tattoo on and you're just like, well, I've rethought about this. We're just going to leave that as a line. So why did you do it?
It was just a dumb decision that I made when I was younger.
And when you say when you were younger, how young is that?
I was like in my 20s when I got it.
20s is young now. Brenda, it's like that song, Strawberry Wine. I remember when 30 was young, or is it, did she say she remembered when 20 was young? These are thoughts. Meredith, does she remember when 20 was young or 30 was young?
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, people. Where's Jordan? He knows my songs and he knows my movie references. Well, Mr. Solana, at least you still remember 20 as young, but you're past your 20s. So stop with the foolishness, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Norman, can you let them know that 17H can go back?
Judge, are we off the record?
Yes.
I got to tell you, I just remember the youngest song that I remember was when I was in my late teens and Britney Spears that's how young I am.
Oh, wow.
I'm lying.
Because I was like late teens, Britney Spears, okay.
No. I'm much, much older than that.
Judge, it's 30.
Judge, if I can jump in, I just
Oh,
looked
just
at the
one.
lyrics. It says, I remember when 30 was old.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for looking into that. Yeah, she remembers when 30 was old. You know,
It got me curious too.
I don't think I ever thought of 30 as being old. But then, Brenda, you're talking to somebody who they asked this question on Facebook or somewhere. They're like, what was your dream in your 20s? And I put in there, I thought I was going to be retired because, you know, you watch all the soap operas, people have a job, but they really don't do anything. It's sort of like they're retired. I thought 23, I was going to be retired, but obviously not. Brenda, here I am 24 and I'm still working. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Y'all take care.